Bum.
Hello! Welcome to Zeros to Heroes, a Dicey Decisions production. Let's see. We are your zeros, threes, heroes for this evening. That is Daniel as Pieta, John
Hello.
as Stoney,
Tony? Hi, Tony.
Becca as Rip, and Mel as Sunny, myself, Juliet as Fern, and Jack, our trusty DM for the evening. And we all got into quite a scrape last time, but I was not here, so this is my penance for that.
You couldn't get out of the
that's
hole, by
fair.
the way.
Yeah. I was used as a pogo stick in the hole, and I don't know if I ever came out of the hole, actually.
You tried.
did.
You tried but didn't
Sunny
make it.
got you out.
Yeah, it was really cozy down there. I just stayed out there.
Yep. Well, any shout-outs?
Shout out to salad. I like salads. I'm eating a Caesar salad now.
The best salad is Pint House salad. If you haven't had that salad, you got to try it.
What house? Lighthouse?
Pint House, P-I-N-T. Pint House
Oh, okay.
salad. It's good.
No. The
I
best
had
salad.
salada today.
Shout out to Salad Kit.
Oh, well, sometimes.
True. Salad kits are amazing.
I love Salad Kit. Especially the chopped salads. I don't want to have to work.
Who knew
You know?
salads would be so controversial?
I'm a radical salad acceptor. You know?
You'll eat any salad?
I'll eat
How about
most
fruit
salads,
salad?
yeah.
I can't
I
stand
like
fruit salad.
No.
What's wrong with fruit salad?
Pineapple
Grapes are
makes
peeled.
everything
They're
else
gross.
taste like pineapple.
That's true.
Grapes are
That's
not
peeled.
wrong.
If they're peeling grapes for the fruit salad, something's
Just
gone
don't put
wrong.
grapes.
Well, then maybe
Grapes in your fruit salad.
maybe there's something wrong with those grapes.
Yeah.
What's the fruit salad with like whipped cream? It's all just I don't like
that's
that one either.
ambrosia.
Oh, that's
Ambrosia?
bad. I hate it.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it depends on what ambrosia you have, but I mean, yeah.
That's a dessert, though, not a salad.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's called salad.
There's nothing
I
more
think.
Midwestern.
Call it
I don't know
ambrosia.
if I would call it a dessert, more like a side that I never put on my plate.
Oh, it's because you haven't had my family's ambrosia.
Okay, I'll give it a
Oh.
shot, but I can't promise I'll eat it. All right. So shout outs are done. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Take a breath, folks.
I'm sorry. Salad stuck in my throat. It's fine. Down the wrong
Speaking
one.
of stuck in your throat, dust and ash, weariness. You question your choice to push on as the pain throbs in your feet, your knees, your chest. So tired. You place one foot after the other as the hours roll by. Occasionally you hear a snap or other sounds in the distance through the otherwise silent wood. You mostly hear the silence and the party's feet shuffling through the ashfall. The darkness seems unending, but your way is continually lit by the unknown source of moonlight. Sometimes the silence outside your footfalls is almost deafening. Your steps grow slower as the soreness and the beginnings of exhaustion begin to affect you. You need to slow. You need to press on. You need to stop. Time is short. You need to hurry. You need to rest. Everyone please roll a constitution check. Wandering through this undead forest.
Yet got a 14.
That's
That is
an 18 for
a
Fern.
pass and a pass.
15 for Stony.
That is also a pass.
Ooh, I got a unnatural 20.
That's a
Ooh.
way pass.
Doing great. I hate this. I hate everything about this. This place is wrong. This is not right. I'm having such a bad time, even with
That is
that
correct.
roll.
That is absolutely correct. And Sunny.
Everyone else passed. I feel like that means I just get an automatic pass, right?
Oh.
You
Can
mean
we
this?
cover?
Was this
Can
a
I
group
cover?
check or a individual check?
I'll cover.
Well, for reasons that
bankroll
will
her.
become clear, this was an individual check.
Then I got a
Oh.
total of 4.
Oh, Fern has like over time as they've been walking just gotten to a point where she's got Sunny on her back, like piggyback style. Just kind of
Yeah,
like
you're welcome to carry.
Can we both have an arm over our shoulders?
yes.
I'm great with that.
So that's fair. Noticing that Sunny is lagging pretty far behind,
Yeah.
you just help her along. Okay.
We're not gonna let her
And-
lag.
Especially with that 20, I will allow that. So
Yeah.
no one suffers a level of exhaustion yet. As you travel, your time with Lady Aphathil and the dark, broken obsidian plain replays in your mind. Tortuous. There were choices made, hard choices, choices that tore through you far too quickly. Were they the correct ones? What do you now owe? You replay the scene with the luxury of hindsight and know you could have done better, should have done better. But let's focus on two of our heroes. Hieta,
Yes.
you go over the struggle in your mind, the closing bubble in which you were trapped, your choice to flee. What thoughts do you bear now in this ashen world of silence?
Yet is struggling with what he usually kept as distractions with when he fights things, when he gets, goes on adventures, when he usually likes to be distracted from his own mind. But this with that encounter with the mind scorpion, we'll call it, it kind of like really rattled him to his core, trying to, and now he's trying to like reassess things in his own mind palace and try to like regain control. But as for specificities of what's going on with his mind is mostly like worry about the outside of like, how's his family doing? Wonder if we're gonna ever get out of here. Will we make it out of here? You know. But then he looks towards his companions who are also trying their hardest, and is gains a certain kind of confidence that comes with like that camaraderie.
Excellent. You realize as you struggle on, and I feel like you would be taking the lead. You're fairly perceptive and athletic. You realize the ash that covers the ground has become deeper than just a covering. You're like ankle deep in it now, and your footfalls are quieter. You're just kind of sliding through this powder. You realize that none of you, actually, you don't know that anyone else went through that. You realize that you have not told anyone about what happened in that whatever that was. That's that you keep thinking about. Was it a dream? Was it a different plane? Was it magical? Was it real? You don't know, but you haven't discussed it with anyone. And as you look to your friends, that thought does cross your mind. And Sunny, you can't forget those eyes. And the memory comes back to you looking into them long ago, deeply, trustingly, as the holder of those eyes told you things that no one should ever hear. Twisted, mean, nasty things that crossed beyond the realm that you dwelt. Memories, fleeting, snatches of them come back to you. You have touched death so many times, crossed that boundary repeatedly. And every time you looked deeply into those eyes, you were a plaything. A particular memory comes back. You will have to tell me how you react when you remember that mother showed you a wriggling, slimy, horrible creature that was about 2 feet long with a face, a human face. You remember it was called a soul larva. And she told you it can feed and grow off of life. You remember looking into her eyes as she plunged you into a vat of swarming soul larvae. This was one of the many trials you were put through, and one of the times that you died. What's going through Sunny's mind now?
I feel like Sunny, as she's starting to really feel overwhelmed by this place and starting to slow down, it's only thanks to her friends that are helping her along that she's able to keep walking. She is just feeling so helpless. And then this memory pops back into her head, and she just completely halts in her steps and she freezes in terror as she just remembers the feeling of complete hopeless, not able to do anything, not able, even when she screamed, the larvae would go into her mouth and suffocate her, where she couldn't be human. She was just existing for a time until she wasn't. And she just, I think she does what she did when she had that encounter the other night, where she just freezes and then just curls up into a ball on the ground, trying to block it all out. And so she gets her arms back from her friends and just goes into a ball and starts rocking back and forth as she tries to think about anything other than this this hopelessness, not being able to have any sort of direction of her own life now that she's in this pack.
Okay. You guys hear Fern whimper and collapse onto the ground.
Do you mean Sunny?
I'm sorry, Sunny. I keep doing that, don't I? I'm sorry. Sunny whimpers and collapses onto the ground.
Pieta's lost in thought. I don't think he hears it.
Oh, Juliet, we can't hear you.
Now you can.
Yes, we can.
Sunny, speak to us. Say something. Rip, do you?
Are you? Hey, okay, it's okay. I know this place is really wrong.
Don't touch me.
Okay, that's okay. I don't have to touch you.
It's no. Make it stop. Please. Just they're everywhere.
Nothing.
Pieta
What's
turns around at
everywhere?
that. What's going on? What's everywhere? Are we under attack? What's happening?
No, it's just us. It's just us, Sunny.
She looks up and she looks over at her friends. Still kind of in the middle of a panic attack, trying to get a grip of reality. Can't quite catch her breath. But I thought I was back in the pit. I thought I was going to die again. Oh.
The pit, Sunny. Are you all right? Do you require medical assistance?
I look down. Sunny looks down at her body and looks back up. No, it was just a memory. I'm sorry I held us up.
No, you've nothing to
should.
be sorry for.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I kind of give a little surreptitious glance over to Fern and mouth, die again? You're here with us though. You're okay. You're not back there. We don't ever have to go back there.
Okay. Just no worms, okay?
No worms.
No worms.
No
No
worms.
And
Can we add
will
scorpions to
protect
that?
you.
Can we say no scorpions too? No worms and no scorpions?
I think that's
Sure.
a great idea. Yes, no
Yeah.
scorpions, no worms. From here on out, we are protecting each and every one of us from creepy crawlies and slimy things and anything that would do each other harm. Okay?
Yeah. Pieta kind of leans over to Sunny. Does this have to do with? Sorry. Does this have to do with anything you experienced when we were back at the table eating?
Sunny looks Payetta in the eyes, and using Awaken Bind, she speaks into your head. You had a vision too?
I don't know. I was just thinking about, yeah, what I experienced, and was wondering if you experienced something similar, or did you see a scorpion by chance? Because that thing was huge.
What happened with the scorpion? All I saw were eyes. I just
You
couldn't.
saw eyes?
Yes.
Well, that
You saw a
sounds pretty
scorpion?
creepy too. Yeah, it was giant and armored, and think of nightmares, I'll tell you.
Do you think the others had visions too?
I don't know. Should we ask?
Have you been speaking all of this out loud, Pieta?
You might have.
It will make a
Shit.
difference. So, have you said this stuff out loud?
Here, let me roll real quick.
Okay,
No, I haven't.
fair.
Maybe like my mouth has been moving, like, cause he doesn't know like how to control it, but like, but the dice I flipped the coin basically. It's a no.
I mean, I guess we should ask them, but I don't want to think about it. Can you
Yeah,
ask?
oh, okay.
You're stronger than me.
Yeah, okay. And then not knowing like how this thing works, he had to like, hey, so guys, like louder than like the normal hush tone we were doing, but not like yelling, but just like, hey, so guys, you guys have like, oh, right, Sunny and I were wondering, I mean, this is a little embarrassing. I don't know. Okay, just back there. Did you guys have like weird visions while we were eating?
Oh, in the deep green? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be normal for that realm is to have visions. It's kind of weird if you get in and get out and don't have one, but yeah, varying intensities on those. I'm guessing, yeah, probably you guys had visions. Is that what you guys were talking about?
He had to like
I
rub
mean, like,
Sunny on the back. Like, yeah, it wasn't pretty. Uh, how did you guys do?
What do you mean?
I don't know. How was it for you? I guess is what I'm asking. How'd it go? What happened with
Hmm.
you? I'll start by sharing mine, I guess. So I had to fight this giant armored scorpion. He was like crazy, like 3 times my height. And well, I was in a very confined space, and uh, let's just say I didn't do too well.
Hmm. Yes, I had a vision as well, but mine was not the same. The last thing I remember before fading into that vision was Lord Differoth saying accept it or reject it. And well, when I entered my vision, I was digging, and it hurt, and there were others around me digging as well. And the thing that locked me into digging, was a feeling. No, it wasn't a feeling, it was a knowing. I knew that if I stopped, that everyone that I loved would die. I knew
Well,
it in my heart, but Lord Differoth's words rang in my head as well. And so I chose to fight back against it, even though I knew that it would mean the death of my loved ones.
rejecting it. Accept it or reject it.
Yes, that is what broke me from my reverie. But something about it, I am uncertain. The rules of this plane is maddening my mind.
yeah, it does that. I was well, well, it felt an awful lot like being dead. Again. Uh, and I was being pursued, chased, and attacked, and I was kept trying to run, but everywhere I ran, I caught up so quickly. And I was so alone, and I felt so alone until it kind of dawned on me that if I'm alone, the thing that I'm running from has to be me. It couldn't have been anything else. And so I, well, I guess turned and shouted at myself. Didn't really think about it like that until now. And then it was over.
You rejected it? I think Stony did too.
I don't know.
And
I don't know if I rejected it or if I accepted that the only thing chasing me is me.
And perhaps Stony accepted that no matter how hard he worked, there was probably an inevitable outcome. And life just goes that way.
Yes, to reject one thing is to accept another.
Huh.
yes, when you put it that way, yes, I think you're right.
Pieta leans over to Sunny. Has Stony always been this profound?
Never. But I also don't listen to half the things he says.
Yeah, I thought so.
Um,
I will pretend I did not hear that.
I'm sure we're whispering right now. Yeah, I don't think he said that to you. Am I still in your mind?
No.
Oh,
Um, well, uh, speaking of profoundness, I
Mhm.
think I had a similarly profound experience. I was trying to save my sister. It was my only one chance. I had one chance to do it again, and I tried with everything that I had, and I grabbed her, I got her, and we were being attacked. And I asked her to help, and that didn't seem to be something that the creature liked. And she disappeared. She crumbled away in my hands. And so I stood and with my bare hands, I went after the creature thing, entity that was pursuing us. I think I had to accept that she was gone, but that I have the power to change what happens in the future.
Hmm.
Sunny, you said die again. Did you remember something that maybe you haven't shared?
I've been remembering bits and pieces. Um, it wasn't the first time that she killed me, but I always got brought back. So, is it really truly death? Isn't finished with me just like she isn't now.
You have the power to be stronger than her.
No, I really don't. I have to do her bidding. All I can do.
No,
She controls me. She will
no,
always control me.
that's not true, Sunny. That's not true. You don't have to accept that.
I don't see another way. Otherwise, she'll put me in a pit again where I can't get out. Or she'll
So
tie me up in the forest and leave me for weeks.
then
So I'll do what she
you
says.
Okay. You can do what she says for as long as you need to, but eventually you will learn how to use what she is giving you to take her down. You will become stronger than her, and we'll help you. We'll be here the whole
Yeah.
time.
I don't know. Sounds good in theory, I guess.
Well, Joni can tell you all about theories.
Yes, but that also depends on whether you'd like to hear them.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
Well, I think it goes without saying that I try to play by my own rules as much as I can. And though powers were bestowed upon you, you have made them your own. And, like a cheap imitation, I have seen fit to copy even you. As you will see, soon enough.
Is he talking in a riddle for anyone else? Because I got lost.
All of that just went over my head. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I think he's
Okay.
trying to be mysterious.
Oh,
I'm not trying to be mysterious at all. I
Then
shall
just come out and
demonstrate.
say it.
Are you
Say
sure?
what?
I'm pretty mystified.
Am I speaking in tongues? I feel
You
like
usually are, aren't you?
no. I have relevant
Oh.
information to pass.
Yeah, I see that whole thing you just said there. I don't. What?
He's speaking in wizard,
What?
Oh,
you know.
don't compare me to those bloody fops.
Like it or not, you are one of them. That doesn't mean you have to be just like
No,
all
I
of them.
Ugh. Fine. So I am like a wizard. Anyway, all I am saying is that every contract has a loophole. Yes. There are certain things that your mother wants you to do, and that you are perhaps contractually obligated to do. But that does not mean that she has control of your facilities. That much has been clear. At least to me. Perhaps I am bringing too much logic to a feelings-based problem. Hmm.
I think logic is good right now. You are doing good, Stony.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
All I am saying is that your powers are your own.
I don't. I feel like Grim has something else to say about that, but
Grim can say all he wants.
This is true, but even so, I have listened to Grim. Grim has much faith in your capabilities. In fact, I think Grim has been one of your biggest cheerleaders. It is through you that he is capable of doing the things that he has done. Or at least from my perspective, I have based my own gauntlet prototypes off of your magical. What do you call it? I call it a bolt whiplash. I'm still
babbling.
Well,
Grim
what
says
would you
that.
call it?
As Grim says, fucking babbling. Clips, the blink dog, whines, and you look over at him, and he's standing at attention, looking into the darkness.
I think our conversation needs to pause.
Nimbus. Do we need to go further? What's going on?
I'm not sure what Clips is. What is Eclipse? He just whines again, looks at her, and looks back into the dark. Shall we keep moving then?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah.
Perhaps I will scout ahead just a little bit in the shadows. If
Oh,
I
Will.
don't come back quickly, then, well, find me. And she puts her hood up and tries to melt into the shadows to go
Go
forward.
ahead and roll your stealth check.
before she goes, can I do a wake and bind with her so we still have communication for a couple minutes?
Yep.
That is an 18 on the die, which is a 25.
Pretty good. Yeah. You pull up your hood and just melt into the dark. You become one with the night. So,
Sunny, do you want to talk to me as I'm...
As you disappear, you'll hear Sunny's voice whisper in your head, "Don't worry, you're not alone."
Fern is smiling.
okay. Start moving forward again.
Does does a torch light up anything, or is it just like pitch black even with a torch?
Oh, it can, yeah, torch can spread light. You're in a forest, a dead forest. All of it's
Oh,
dead at this point. And
Oh.
whatever path you take is lit up by this soft moonlight. There's no definite trail you're following. Because if you turn directions, then that trail is lit up and the one you were on is not. So you're sort of just trusting to going forward, straight-ish. Nimbus and
Um,
Clips are helping, but
I'm gonna light a torch and take out my dagger as we press onward.
Yeah, I think we should really keep moving. Is Fern keeping an eye on us as we move,
Fern
just
is-
scouting a little ahead?
Yeah, she's trying to keep an eye on everyone, but she's staying as far ahead as she can while still kind of seeing you. And she's just got her eyes peeled and her ears open.
Fern, your path is also lit for you.
Rude.
You can't tell if it's lighting you up or not. You don't feel like it is, but your way is illuminated, just like everyone else's.
This is the one time I need you not to.
So we move ahead. More time passes. You're still very tired. And Clips stops again. You hear a soft knocking sound far off to the left of the trail you're following. This is my left. Is this your left? You're probably thinking it's my right. Off to the left.
Fern's got her dagger up in one of her hands, and she's going to start to kind of scale a tree to see if that helps her see any better farther ahead.
Okay.
You don't
You can-
follow knocking
I'm
in
not
this
following it.
realm.
I'm going higher.
You scale a tree fairly easy because the branches you can just snap them off as you go up. There's no more foliage on them. The needles have fallen. You climb to the top. It's just trees as far as you can see. Roll a perception check.
Come on, come on.
Like the mantra.
That's a 12.
Trees, trees, and more trees.
She's going to quickly move back down. She's going really quietly, but it's a little bit hurried, so she's getting scratches on her arms from the dead twigs and
Mm-hmm.
branches. And she gets to the bottom and scouts back just a little bit to meet them. And from the side, melted into the shadows, you can't see her yet. She says, to the left, something's coming. Something's ahead.
Okay. Do we keep moving?
Are there any like natural stone surfaces around? I was going to try to use Tremor Sense to see if I can have that going.
It's just, there are stones probably embedded in the soil. There's no solid rock right now, unless it's like bedrock a few feet below your feet. A few feet below your feet. Okay. Um,
I think just proceed with caution stealthily, though, as a group.
Yeah. Maybe we all go
Yeah.
stealth.
I think Fern is going to slip behind Pieta and tap him on the shoulder until only he sees her, and then gesture to him to follow her so that they can go up a little bit ahead and try to meet it first.
all right.
Can I roll a stealth roll?
Yes, please.
That is a 17.
Pretty good. So you guys start to forge into the forest a little ahead. At about that time, as you guys are still moving, you hear another knocking off to the right.
I'm gonna send Nin off that way, and
To the right. Okay.
yes, and I'll say be really careful, try not to be seen, and then I'm gonna look through your eyeballs. Say something to me in here whenever you can see it, and then I'm gonna look through your eyeballs, and then I'll see what it is. Okay.
Okay. He jumps,
Okay.
scurries down your body, and races off into the forest. Completely fearless for a 5-inch long weasel.
So
Actually, they're probably longer than that, but they're pretty tiny.
Yeah. Small and brave, that's our brand.
So, the rest of you are still shuffling through the ash on your guard. Let's have a perception check from everyone.
Good thing
Good
I'm
thing.
so good at these.
Oh,
That's a nat 20 for a 22.
Ooh,
I got
very
a
nice.
Yeah.
19, so I was so close.
Sunny got a nat 20 as well.
Nice.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I got a
Instead of
rock.
3 altogether.
instead
A
of
rock.
perceiving, Stoney's gonna do
I got 10.
something different instead.
All right. Explain.
I'm not even gonna perceive.
You can
Stoney
take your
is
perceived DM and shut. Okay, go ahead.
Stoney's gonna whisper under his breath. I suppose now's a good time, more than ever. CC, Mark 1. And
Who are you
Affirmative, Master Iron Dog.
just us here?
so you begin to see CC. So Stoney's sack flies open with a bunch of different metal pieces that start orbiting CC, and they begin to place them one by one over Stoney's body, forming the splint mail suit that he's been working tirelessly on. Each little individual rivet just keeps getting put into place carefully and delicately, but with the precision. It happens so fast. It happens in the span of about maybe 6-10 seconds. And by the end of it, he is fully suited up,
Very cool.
head to toe.
Oh,
What
yeah.
color is this armor?
He hasn't changed the color. He hasn't had time to dye it. This is like
Raw
prototype.
steel and okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, beside like it, you can tell the parts that have been fixed on the splint mail, like the rips and the seams, and there's like a few welded parts, but it looks very, very sturdy. And there are a few properties about it that aren't really noticeable at first, but as Stony like moves around, you don't hear the like normal clank of metal. It's kind of quiet. it's almost as if it's dampened. You know how like sometimes when you ring a bell, it like gongs and it spreads out.
Sure.
Instead it's like it's even softer. It almost sounds like a mouse scratching at the walls as he moves. And as he shifts and stuff. And so I do have this to put on. Oh, just a sec. I figured out a method to wear this and also listen to you guys.
Oh.
That's so good.
That's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
How can you listen to us?
What's that?
He can't.
Oh.
No, I can hear you guys. Y'all are just
Okay.
quieter.
AirPods. No.
All right. So Stoney's armor constructs itself with the help of CC.
Do you have a rendition of what this looks like? Did you post it?
Yeah, it's the I mean it's the splint mail that I posted in campaign images. It's very basic.
Oh, okay.
He just took old splint mail, fixed it, and enchanted it somehow, or
Yeah,
imbued it,
I
or
will
whatever
say
the
that there
term
are
is.
some elements of it that like glow around the edges. A few like if you look even closer, there are small like runic symbols along the side.
Cool. Okay.
Artistic.
Now, along with those perception checks, I got a 2 20s. What did Pieta get?
Perception, you got a 10.
And Fern?
23 altogether.
Nice. Okay. You guys are very perceptive. The knocking on the left, you can tell, is roughly 100 feet away. And it knocks again a little sharper because you're closer. Nimbus wears a look of concern. I'm not sure what is out there, but we might want to avoid it.
Yeah. Can't be anything good.
What kind of knock does it sound like? Does it sound like hollow wood? Does it sound like something harder than wood? Does it sound like something metallic?
It sounds like sticks hitting together. Wood. Not hollow, not booming, just sharp raps.
Yeah, we got to keep moving. And pretty quickly. We're following you, Nimbus. Let's keep pushing.
Are we sure this isn't the creature we're supposed to kill, though?
Maybe we should hide and let it pass and see and assess it. I'm sure Nimbus will know it.
I
Oh,
like
wait.
that idea.
I don't know that there's much we'll be able to hide from out here in general. So
You hear in Sunny's head, she hears Fern say, "Speak for yourself."
Yeah.
The knocking off to the right seems a little crisper now.
Hey,
Are we hiding or running, folks? Final decision.
CRISPR like closer?
Clearer. Yeah, you know
Clearer.
what? It's probably closer with those high perception checks. Yeah, closer than it was before.
If we,
Sunny, you hear, "Keep going. We don't have a choice."
well, if we want, I can get us to pass without a tray. I can get us to hide in darkness, but that might be, they can probably see darkness if we really wanted to, or we could just keep going.
Fern says to keep going, so let's go. And then
Oh, okay. Pieta and Fern are still stealth. Is everyone else trying to stealth?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I mean, I could, but it's not going to end well for anyone.
Sunny will try
Yeah.
to stealth. She wants to be
Okay.
like Fern.
I am the one in armor, so perhaps I should lead the charge. And you could spring out and ambush them when I am attacked.
Sunny, you hear, so use Stony as bait.
Yeah.
What'd you
Uh,
get, Sunny?
Sunny got a 14 for stealth, and in Fern's
Okay.
head, you hear more like a giant shield. He's like all metal now.
Metal Stony. Oh wait, I didn't hear that.
Rip, you feel like you see the forest rippling. And when you stop and really take a long, hard look,
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
Off to the right. Sonny, you kind of see something shift to the left. Can't tell. It's like an optical effect just happened, like the trees themselves just shifted.
Can I insight check myself? I want to know if I am, or I guess I could also medicine check myself. I want to know if I am hallucinating due to like the nature of this place, or if I have my wits about me and something is going on.
Without rolling for it, I'll tell you that you think you're lucid. You are fairly clear-headed. Everything else
Okay.
has gone perfectly normally for you. There's no reason to
Yeah.
think that suddenly you're tripping.
Is it the
Right.
forest ahead of us or the forest
You
to the
were
sides of
kind
us
of
that seem to
watching
be
where
the...
your weasel went. It was in that direction.
Got it. And I haven't heard from him yet.
Question.
Are we just waiting?
Oh, I
I
thought someone said question.
Oh,
Do I want to?
I thought
What's
you
your
were
question?
asking if you've heard from the weasel. I was like,
Oh,
question mark?
Oh.
Was that a
uh,
question to
Yeah,
Jack?
he
kind of
hasn't.
have a question. Jack hasn't said I've heard from him, so...
Nothing yet. You said to tell you when he sees something.
Interesting.
think we're just going to walk along.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna, this might be all for naught, but can I cast detect magic? I want to know if we're in a magic trap that's making it look like we're walking in circles. Maybe useless in this particular area, but I'm
You
willing to
certainly
try it.
can. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So you're welcome to cast.
Yeah, I cast detect magic. I'm trying to figure out if we're in a magic trap or not.
So detect magic automatically will detect anything around, right? There's no rolling. It's just detecting whatever's near.
Yes. Yes. Like
This
a
place,
30-foot sphere.
got it. This place is so devoid of magic. The only thing you notice is your friends. You can identify any kind of magic that's around you.
Okay.
Cece, Stoney's armor. A couple of you have daggers that are registering. The rest of it, through your magical detection sense, is just black and abysmal.
Oh, weird.
Even the moonlight on the ground is not registering.
Oh,
What you would know is if something is naturally occurring here, even
Yeah.
if maybe on a different plane it would be
Yeah.
magically. On this plane, it's normal.
It's just,
Um,
yeah.
you're You're not detecting it.
So
All right.
Fern is going to move forward like 15 feet away from the group.
Okay.
And use minor illusion to create the sound back at the direction that sound is coming from.
Okay.
And she's doing it kind of, she's trying to throw the sound a little bit away from her, but
Okay.
yeah.
You guys all hear, I don't know if you're aware of what Fern's doing, but you hear a knocking about 15 feet out in front of you.
I'm gonna tell Sunny what I'm doing in her head.
Okay.
I turn around to look at Stony and Sunny immediately. Hey, you guys.
It's fair.
Oh,
Yeah, to registers, that's a pretty good idea. And he'll also minor illusion on the. So did you do it the left side or the right side?
The left side.
Pietro will do the right side, but he'll go like 20 feet and try to toss it another 15.
Okay. I'd like for everybody to roll another perception check.
Why did I tense up thinking you were gonna say initiative?
Hey,
yeah.
it's my turn to get a natural 20.
Hey,
And I
For a
got a
total of-
17.
For a total of, John? I mean, Stony?
A total of 19.
But it is a natural 20,
It is.
which I will honor. Stony, you see about 30 feet away. Are you looking left or right?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna flip a coin for that.
Sure.
Roll a die.
He's looking left.
You see a tree land on the ground. Point first. Thunk.
Stony points
Very
it out.
quietly. It didn't make any noise.
Whoa.
That over there.
So Fern and who else were looking to the left? Just Fern? Fern,
yeah,
you're
he's looking
looking.
after me.
Okay. You're looking exactly where Stoney's pointing. You don't see anything.
Just forest.
Yeah.
In Sunny's head, I don't know what he's talking about. Ask him what.
Johnny. I'm gonna like try to saddle up and whisper in your ear because I'm concerned you can't hear me through the metal in your helmet. So I get like obnoxiously close. What are you seeing?
Tree just fell down. Yeah. Let me think.
Fern says she
Okay.
doesn't see it.
Stony is going to try and recall some kind of knowledge about what this could possibly be. He's
Okay.
gonna search through his
This has
through his
gone well
mind
for
palace.
Stony many times. This time, however, it's a nature check.
A nature check. Perfect. It's an intelligence roll.
Yep.
That will be 23.
Ooh.
Nice.
Pretty darn good. You know what you saw. You saw a tree come down into the ground. You know you were attacked by vine creatures yesterday, or last night, or whenever that was. And you assume that this is a creature that looks like a tree. You saw treants the night before. This could be a tree that's coming after you.
The realization sort of dawns on Stony.
Or
and
something that looks just like a tree.
he looks around, surrounded, and he realizes that he's surrounded by these trees, and he looks back at the group and he says, It's camouflage. It's hiding itself. It could attack at any moment.
Should be ready.
Sunny, you hear, what? What could attack?
Trees, apparently.
This thing
And
is really
Sunny's gonna minor illusion a tree right in front of her and just hide behind. But it's only a 5-foot tall tree.
Right.
But it's all
Okay.
Really seems like a camouflage. Yeah.
I love trees. She's gonna run to the nearest tree. She's gonna scale it, and she's going to start thinking about how she can move from tree to tree until she upsets one.
Just going to think about it, or are you going to do it?
I mean, she's gonna do it. She's just kind of setting her path.
Okay. Roll an acrobatics check. As you scramble up a tree and start to leap.
All right, dice.
Yeah, throw a minor illusion a tree right next to Sunny's and stand behind it with her.
Okay.
That's a 15.
All right. You successfully go up one tree and jump across to another. You're looking around. Nothing happens. You jump to another. Roll a luck check. Just roll a d20.
That's a 15.
Okay. Let's all roll initiative.
There it is. There it
Did
is.
I upset a tree? Yay!
Maybe.
Oh no. Had to pay for it sometime.
Oh,
It's a 17 for Fern.
Okay.
Natural 20 for Sunny, right?
Not far off. It was an 18, so a total of 21 for Sunny.
Nice.
Anybody else between 21 and 17? Okay. How about anyone between 17 and 15?
15.
All right. How about between 15 and 10? How about between 10 and 5?
8.
Okay.
Great.
Did you get a 1?
Thankfully, no. Close.
What you got, Rip?
I got a hot 4.
That does put you last, but okay.
Save the best for last.
Mm-hmm.
My tummy hurts. This place is weird.
Sonny, you see Fern disappear into the dark. She's still slightly lit by the torch Pietta's holding. You see her jump from one tree to another, and she jumps to a big branch. It's an extraordinarily big branch for this section, and that registers a little too late as Fern jumps to grab this branch, and you see her let go. What do you do?
I, without thinking, without realizing I still need to be quiet, I shout, "No, Fern!" And I run over to where she is. How far away was she?
She's about 30 feet away right now. And
Okay.
she's not falling. You just see her startle, and she's
Yeah.
starting to let go.
I'm just running over, acting like I could catch her, even though, like, I know I can't, but I'm going to attempt
She's
for
only
that.
like 15 feet up right now. But okay, so your action is to catch her if she falls?
Yep.
You're holding the action to catch. All right, good.
Yeah.
And that'll just be an athletics check. All right. Fern, you jump for this branch. It looks very sturdy.
Mhm.
As you're jumping, you see a part of it kind of turn. You see these bug-like eyes look at you, and one of its arms that looks like a branch shoots out at you to try to stab you.
Rude.
Whoa.
What you can see, and what nobody else can see quite yet, is a creature that stands about 12 feet tall,
Goddamn.
like a praying mantis, but its legs are long and they look exactly like thin trees that it's standing on. And its front legs are up like, like little claw things with points. And one of them just, as it turns to look, it just tries to stab you. Actually gets 2 attacks. Does an 8 hit Fern?
It does not.
How about a 21?
It does.
So this thing jabs 2 times really fast. You take 11 piercing damage as it catches you in the shoulder, and you realize as this happens, it's barbed, and it pulls you in. You're
Oof.
now grappled.
Ow. Yeah, you hear her kind of yelp because it's dug into her shoulder, and immediately, since she heard you running toward her, Sunny, she's gonna say into your head, stick bug, giant stick bug, don't come over here.
Its mandibles go.
You hear back as I'm like underneath you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fern, you're right. I mean, Sonny, you're right under it. And Fern, it's your turn.
Okay. All right, so I'm fully grappled. I don't have
You're
any
grappled.
hands. All right, well then I'm
No,
gonna.
grappled doesn't mean you don't have hands. It means
Oh, okay.
you're being grabbed and held in place. It's holding you. You can't move until you either break free or kill it or something like that. You're suspended like 10 feet off the ground with this thing just dug into your shoulder and out the back.
Can I still see its buggy eyes?
Oh yeah. I mean, you're right in front of it.
All right, so I'm going to grab for my dagger, and I am going to try to stab it right in the eye.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
Right.
Good luck.
That would be. It would be an 11.
Total of an 11.
Yeah.
You stab at it and your dagger turns off of its chitinous armor. It goes.
Dang it.
I don't even know if that sound is coming through.
It's not.
Oh, it's like knock, 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 knock. Okay. Fern, anything else?
Mm,
Oh, Fern, I don't know if this matters or this will matter in the future, but last time we decided that if you wanted to use a potion to heal yourself, it was counted as a bonus action, and to heal others, it'd be an action.
nope. She is just going to she's gonna keep messaging to Sunny in her mind, like, danger, don't come closer, don't come closer, don't let them come near.
Uh,
All right. It is Pieta's turn.
Okay.
You see Fern suspended in the air, hanging by this, what looks like a stick through her shoulder. Like she jumped into a pointed stick.
Ow.
But it's holding her close to a bunch of trees.
He also saw Sunny run towards her because he was hiding behind
You
with
see
her.
Sunny under her, like waiting for her to fall.
I'm gonna run towards Sunny. If she's 30 feet away, I'm running like at least 15 to 20 and being like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Creature
What up?
got Fern.
Um, creature should be like within 10 to 15 feet now.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw my I'm gonna throw my torch at it.
Okay.
Which one is it?
You see,
Oh
there's a
wait,
branch in her. You can throw it at that branch.
no, that's a lot close. That's really close to her.
Why don't you roll a perception check? Because usually when something throws itself into battle, it becomes visible. In this case, they are incredibly stealthy, but I'm going to let you roll a perception check.
Yeah,
See.
my perception is an 18, brother.
You see it. It's this creature, like your eyes, your brain can't make sense of this thing. It looks like exactly like the trees around it, and it suddenly just comes into focus. There is a slightly bent branch that Fern was jumping to, which is the creature's body. It's thicker than the rest. And on one end is this little round head that's pivoting around with two buggy eyes. And you see that it's one of its pincher claws or spear claws up front as Fern.
When it comes into sight, Pieta goes like, "Ugh, ah!" And then he's like, "What the hell? Get away from Fern!" And throws chunks. Tries to throw the torch at the body.
Okay. So you throw the torch. Let's see if you hit.
Okie dokie. 2 hit. Oh, that's a nat 1.
No.
So as you
Ah.
go to throw the torch, you trip, you kind of stumble into a root. The torch just spins and hits the ash, and it's out.
You just hear Fern. It's a tinderbox.
Anything else, Pieta?
He kind of looks at Sunny like, um. So like the body isn't like straight down, like it's up there with her, or
The
it's
body's up there. When you look at the legs, you can see that the legs all go into the ground. There's like 4 legs and these 2 little front claws. But as you look at the ground and the trees around it, it's difficult to tell which one the legs are and which ones are the trees. But
yeah, makes sense.
you have spotted it, and you still, as a monk, have an unarmed strike if you choose to use it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Whether it's worth it to travel the extra feet, and try to punch it, but not knowing where. Do I like not knowing where it is? Is it like a roll to hit to see if I hit it or a random branch? Let's see. I'm
No,
gonna.
you know where it is. You can identify it. You can take a
Okay.
swing at it.
All right. Yeah. I'll try to punch the one of its legs.
Okay. Roll to hit,
Let-
please.
Yes. Okay. That's
D20
a
and
9.
add your hit.
Yep. That's a 19 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
Alrighty. One sec. Here goes bludgeoning damage of. Oh, that is a 9.
Whoa.
I know. 6 plus 3.
Okay. How do you do this? What kind of bludgeoning do you do? Is it your forehead, your feet, your knees, your hands? What is
Yeah.
it?
So as I tripped for the torch, I'm like, ah, and then I like try to like make up for it, and I somersault to it. And as I somersault, the uh coming back out of it, my legs smack into it,
Okay.
trying to redeem some coolness.
So you use your trip to motion yourself, to propel yourself forward. You bounce up off of your hands and spring feet first into its leg, and you hear a slight crack. as the leg shifts out of the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I tell whoever's nearby, guys, this is one of its legs.
Okay.
I don't
On
know if
the
anyone's near.
other side, Rip, you were looking
Sure.
for your weasel.
Yeah.
Does an 8 hit you?
No.
Does a 14 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. You are speared. Like
Ah.
you're looking into the dark, waiting for your weasel, and something just gets you in the
Great.
top, like the trapezius, and pulls you off your feet into the air, and you're
Cool.
dangling with 11 points of piercing damage.
Great.
Up
Can
like
I get a
10
con
feet off the
save?
ground.
Can I have a con save, please?
I certainly will. Do you want me to roll the evil monster dice or the blood dice?
Whichever feels right in your heart.
Black one or the red one? Let's see. That is a
11
con save of 17.
Oh, you son of a.
I rolled the evil
Oh.
monster die.
Okay, not that one next time.
Okay. The blood one rolls better. So
Oh,
just saying.
great.
So anything? No repercussions from the con save?
No,
All right.
he
Stony,
beat my con save.
you see on the left the dangling feet of Fern, and on the right next to you, right above you, the dangling feet of Rip.
Okay. Shoot. He first turns around and he sees the situation, and he hoists up his gauntlets, and they sort of detach and begin to rotate a bit. And then there's a special sort of gleam that comes from one of them as they begin to focus energy at the tip of it. And a bolt lashes out in the direction of Fern's.
From your gauntlets?
Yeah, so it's hard to describe. You know how, like, so the split mail has like different pieces. They kind of like detach, and there's like electrical energy that sort of encompasses them. And it looks a lot like a witch bolt that goes right out directly towards Fern's branch. I do need to make a ranged attack here, though. So let me
Okay.
go ahead and make that roll. Does a 21 hit it?
That absolutely hits. As a
Perfect.
crackling vine of energy bursts from your gauntlets and attaches to this thing that's holding
Yeah, so it
Fern.
wraps around like a whip. And
I'm going to say it wraps around the arm that's got Fern pinned, and it keeps on wrapping so that you can see this creature clearly. It's almost made it glow.
And as it wraps around and it connects, he pushes more of his magical this magical electric energy into this, and it's going to deal 8 damage of electricity
Nice.
damage.
Okay. To the one that has Fern. Got it.
And then he is going to, while maintaining this connection, he is going to run over to Rip's side,
Okay.
and just stand there waiting to attack again.
All right. Anything
That's
else, Stony?
That's his turn.
Okay. It's now Rip's turn. And Rip
Cool.
is dangling.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Just weighing my actions. You know what? I'll do both. I am going to summon my symbiotic identity, burn my other wild shape charge, to gain 12 temporary hit points.
All right. And as you're
It
doing this,
also,
stealing yourself, you see
yeah.
charging up this creature's leg, climbing it up, running up to its body and head is your tiny weasel, scampering up it.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take a free action to tell him to bite. Do biting.
Can he? Is he allowed?
I think he's
If he's a
allowed.
familiar, he's not, but he can help
He
you.
is. Okay, well he can help me. Yeah. It's gonna make starting his turn next to me a real pain in the butt for this creature, which is a bummer because it's so cool. And then I'm going to bonus action cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So you start healing yourself. Although, man, the
Yep.
healing is hard to do. It's trying to grow the skin back around this thing that's sticking through you.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's okay.
that
We're
takes
doing
us
our best here.
to Clips, who is going full force into the one that's holding Rip. And
Thanks,
he
Clip.
does hit and deals 4 damage to that one as he's and just biting onto this branch stick looking thing and just pulling at it. And then finally, from this round, Nimbus is going to go. Let's see. Nimbus is going to cast a spell first. Maybe. She flies up into the air and claps her hands in front of this thing's buggy eyes and casts a spell. It's an enchantment spell, very powerful one. It needs to make a wisdom throw or be confused. It rolled a save. It does not work. That sucks. It rolled really high. So you hear Nimbus use words that she doesn't usually use. She cusses as loud as she can and pulls out her sword and gets ready to go after it. On her next turn, Sunny, it is you. You're underneath this thing. You see your friend dangling above. You see Stoney's wire of electricity wrapping around this thing. It's very clear now where it is. You see Pieta just punching and kicking at the leg of it.
So I'm like near the creature that has Fern. How far away is the creature that has Rip from me?
About 40 feet behind you. They went 2 directions.
Did I get within melee range to where if I walk closer to Rip's creature, I would be attacked?
Yes, you're right underneath it.
Fuck it. I'm going to walk away 10 feet so that I'm within 30 feet of both of them.
Okay. So it's going to try to shuffle one of its legs over and try to claw at you. That is a definite miss as you hear the branch-like leg just thump right next to you as you scatter out of the way.
Whoa, shit. Okay. Go faster. Okay, so I'm going to be where I can be within 30 feet of both of them. And
Definitely.
then I'm going to shout, hey, did you hear the joke about what the adventurer said to the tree? He said, leave me alone. And on the word alone, it like comes out as more of a guttural sound. And I'm casting Tasha's hideous laughter. So they have to make wisdom save.
All right. Let's say that Grim speaks the last word.
Yes.
Leave me alone, you fucking bastards. Let's
It's
see.
wisdom 13.
Wisdom save. Unfortunately, I got a 12 and a 15 on the dice. Their wisdom is +2. Both of them save.
Well, there goes
It's really
my turn.
hard to make a bug laugh.
Yeah. They didn't get it. It's because it's a bug, not a tree. Fuck, I've messed up.
They've heard it too many times.
Trees laugh so much easier than bugs. Sorry, Sonny. As Sonny's casting this spell, making really weird jokes, it is the creature's turn, and it's going to try to go ahead and stab into Fern again. Does a 12 hit Fern?
No.
So right off a really padded part of your shoulder pauldron, the stab goes wide. It backs up and tries it again. Does a 17 hit Fern?
Yes.
It skewers into you again. You take another 11 damage.
Fern is knocked out.
Oh. Okay. It is Fern's turn.
I will roll a dex save.
Okay.
Okay. That was a success.
Okay, good. Pieta, you see this thing into Fern's body, and Fern drops her knife and just hangs limply in its claws.
Is it? Are things able to attack people that are knocked out? Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And
All
if
right.
they do and hit, it removes 2 death saves per hit. So
Oh wow.
you don't want her to be stabbed anymore.
No. Pieta's goes like, no, fine! And using his rope to climb up where she is, to bring himself up, or just using normal jump, or like walking, whatever. He'll kind of like maneuver his way up to where he sees its eyes, and tries to go for a stab with this dagger.
Great. Roll to hit. Let's say you do a little both. You jump up onto a tree and parkour off of it, flying underneath its belly, and as you go, you whip your grappling hook over and you hook it and swing up onto its back, coming down with your knife right on top of its head.
And
What'd you
coming
roll?
down, I will, because I rolled a 23. Oh no, a 22.
Yeah.
A boom. Yeah, roll some damage.
Here we go, baby! One sec while this thing rolls. And that is a 8 damage. But I'm not done there! While still within my very kind of furious state, I see Fern, I see the thing, the freaking praying mantis tree, and I'm like, not this time, not again. Thinking about Rip, and he does 2 unarmed strikes, flurry of blows using a key point,
Yes, sir.
channeling his inner might, all of like his training, gripping his fist as well as he can, and hoping that he hits. And it is a 19 for the
That
first
hits.
strike, which does another 7.
Wow.
I know. And then his second flurry of blows is, we got a 17 on the die for another 22. Yes, baby, let's go.
That hits.
And then what is his damage going to be? At least a 4, but is it? Oh God, why did I jinx myself? Okay, it's only a 4. I rolled a 1 on this dice. I can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen, but winning I shall. That is another 4 damage, so 8, 7, 4.
With an incredibly acrobatic flip up onto it, a stab into its head, and 2 quick punches to the back of this thing's head. You see some serious damage as the legs buckle a little bit and it pulls itself up and tries to start running with Fern. Doesn't go anywhere yet. On the other side of the battlefield, this thing is holding Rip. It's going to take 2 attacks at Rip's body.
What happened?
Okay,
with
well,
the
it needs to make
fire?
a con save. If
Say
it's
again,
starting its
Fern?
turn, if it's starting its turn next to me, it needs to make a con save.
It's gonna.
What
So-
happened with the fire?
Oh, it got extinguished when it fell.
Okay.
It went into the ash and went out.
Cool.
However,
so,
am I still holding on to my dagger? Like, is it like trying to run away with me on top of it as well?
yeah, you're still on it. You've
Dope.
got your
Okay, cool.
dagger in its head.
Yeah, I do.
So Rip, it failed a con save.
Good.
Yeah.
It can take 5 points of necrotic damage,
All right. And it does. Not happily,
and
but
also eat,
begrudgingly. Eat what?
and also eat my farts.
Okay. Well, as it starts eating your farts, it swings at you. The first one's a miss. Does a 16 hit.
Yeah.
Another 11 points of damage as it
Fine.
spears into your belly this time.
Rude,
Stony.
actually. Ugh.
So Rip is still up, yes?
Rip is still up. Fern is not, although Pieta is on its back, stabbing and beating the crap out of it. The one that has Fern looks like it's going to try to run away with its meal. That's what it's prepping to do. And you've got it hooked up to your sizzling electrical spell.
Stony is going to go like, shit, Fern, Cece, Metabot service, now! And so on Cece's turn, Cece's going to fly over to Fern to administer aid, and it can fly. So if she's suspended, then she'll able to receive the health here. Let me. Well,
Awesome. The healing bot has arrived.
Your Cece. I'm gonna imagine that she's like Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
I had a foster kid who lisped and he called him Jigglypuff. And I've always called him Jigglypuff since then.
That's so sweet.
All right. So you are spellcasting ability modifier is your proficiency plus. Why do I always forget this? So it's just plus 5 then, right? Yeah, it's just plus 5.
Got me.
Okay, perfect. You get 12
trust
points
you.
of healing.
Ooh, nice.
As Cece starts to
Administer aid.
So Cece starts to identify the problem, and through like a magical, there's like some sort of magical foam that like emits and starts going into these deep wounds that you have, and cauterizes one of them, one of the piercing damage that you took. So you didn't take. She couldn't get to the other one, but she was able to get one of the ones that hit you pretty nastily.
Okay, so 12 healing. That definitely brings you up. And you're
then-
also attached with your spell.
Yes, I did have to drop that though. So you see that parts of Cece flew off of Stony to go to Fern, and in doing so, he had to break the bolt that was attached to it.
Got it.
However, he does turn around to the one that is holding Rip, is it within melee range?
It can be. You're not too far away. It's just like,
Okay.
yeah, you're right
Well,
under it. You didn't move.
He's going to use his movement to get there. And you see his he tries to imitate the style of the style that sort of Pieta has, and a ball of force begins to like grow in his gauntlets, and he tries to like strike it, the melee attack.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's see if this is successful.
You're going to touch him with your ball?
Unfortunately not. That is a 5 to hit.
Oh, no. It fizzles out as you push it into this thing's, one of its long legs. Just fizzles out. Anything else, Stoney?
No, that is his turn.
Okay, Rip.
Cool.
Stoney's trying to help down under you. Your weasel's up on this thing's head, biting and scratching at it.
Yeah. What a good egg. I am going to try and see if I can get my hand on it to cast Chill Touch, which technically he's already touching me, so saying. Does an 8 hit him?
So as you're dangling on this arm, it's moving and you're being jerked around and you're flailing trying to get to it. But unless your familiar is going to give you the help action and you can roll with advantage.
I sure wish he would. He should. He's on there biting him.
Does
I
he?
would say that that's helping.
Yeah, then roll it with advantage because he's surely not hurting it, but he's distracting it.
Well, does a 12 hit him?
It doesn't. Unfortunately, they have pretty good bark armor. And you almost slap him with your spell, but you miss.
As I go flying through the air, I tell Nin, great job, though. We'll get him next time.
All right. Well, that's the end of that round, except for the attack by Clips is still ripping into its leg and does a little bit more damage. And here comes our fearless pixie. Hold please. Finding stats.
We need.
Oh, darn it. She misses.
No.
So she
Wow,
comes in with her sword and she tries to slash at it, but it is moving and flailing a little bit. Clips is jerking around one of its legs, and she takes a big whack at it, but misses with her sword. Okay. It is now Sunny's turn.
All right. Sunny is yet to do anything yet. So let's see. Sunny is very concerned about Fern. So she is, yeah, she's just gonna do the trusty old witch bolt and just have Grim burp out the lightning bolt that goes and tries to encircle the creature.
All right. Grim's mouth creaks open wider than the puppet's head should be able to do it, and this explosion of light and this long vine of energy whips
I get
out.
advantage since Grim's helping.
He's a familiar, yeah.
All right, so that would be a 21 to hit.
Absolutely. You wrap your spell around this thing, it starts to glow again.
Perfect. So now that is going to be 3d12 damage.
Ooh.
That's
You say 3d12?
Yeah.
Warlock.
Oh, that's strong.
And I rolled a 12 and a 10 on the first rolls and
wow.
a 1. And a 1. Okay, so 12, 20, 23 lightning damage.
What does it look like when you literally roast this thing with your spell?
Okay, so this lightning bolt shoots out of Grimm's open maw, and it just starts wrapping around the creature, starting from its feet, and just slowly encircles it up. And as it's like everywhere it touches, it just starts to like burn it to a crisp, and the creature just starts slowly collapsing as its like body is just turned to ash from the bottom up.
Whoa.
So Fern drops off onto the ground, and this thing curls up like a crawfish being boiled and just flops onto its back and starts to redden from all the
Yes.
chitin being heated up. So
And
so
then
much.
I yell, "That's what you get for not laughing at my joke!" And then I turn to face the other one.
And Pieta rides it to the ground. Fern, roll an acrobatics to see if you can hit the ground without hurting yourself, because you're falling about 10 feet.
Oh, that is a natural 20.
Wow.
This thing lets go of you and you drop straight to your feet. Your knives are both in your hands already.
Oh, yes, they are.
That was Sonny's turn. Anything else, Sonny?
No.
Grim is cackling like a madman as he spits this spell out. Fern, it's your turn. 40 feet away, Rip is dying.
Yeah.
All right. That's a lot. I'm okay. I'm good.
If
all
it had
right.
struck you again,
I'd have been okay. I'd have been
Okay.
good.
sure. Okay, never mind. Rip's fine. You're just dusting off yourself.
Yeah.
So as Fern comes to from the sting kind of at her stomach where she got stabbed, and Cece is injecting things into the wound, and there's so much going on around her. It takes her a minute to kind of process what's happening, and then suddenly she smells this burning, ashy charcoal smell, and she's falling. And at that moment, it kind of clears her sinuses, and she suddenly understands what's happening, and she lands on the ground ready to go. And so she quickly assesses, all right, this one is down. There's another one. And she turns to look, and she's going to run up like 15 feet so that she's closer, but not right next to it. And she is actually going to she's going to sheathe her daggers and pull out her short bow.
Pull out her bucket of popcorn. Because Rip is fine. All right, short bow.
Yes.
Great.
And I think that's my action, right? To pull that out.
You can shoot it.
Okay, awesome. Then
Yeah.
she's gonna shoot it.
I mean, yeah, your interaction with an object is to sheath your daggers, and then
Awesome.
you do your action, which is to shoot a bow.
Beautiful. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. Let's see. All right. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. She's like, you can't kill us. This is what you get. And she is going to hit it for 8 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, so Fern runs over there and quickly shoots an arrow into this thing. It goes knock, knock, knock. I would make the sound, but you can't hear it.
Actually, there
anything
are
else?
allies right next to
Oh, yes, there
it.
are.
So
Sneak attack?
it's a sneak attack. So that is another 8 piercing damage.
That's big. Okay.
She just came out of nowhere. She was the force that it didn't expect.
Right. It turned its head. It turned as the arrow sped toward it. It turned and the arrow hit it right between the eyes. And it
Wow.
startled it. That was how the sneak attack went off on this round. because it was so distracted by the rest. Okay, Pieta, you ride this falling monster to the ground, roll off of it in the snow. You have your knife, you have your grappling hook. You see Fern sprint off toward the other one.
Oh yeah, I totally am like still running through that running with that adrenaline and sprint with her and towards the other one. As far can I reach it
Yeah,
with a
well,
40?
it's 40 feet. Can you go that far?
Oh yeah, I'm walking. Yeah, my walking speed 40 feet.
Okay, you get right to it.
Oh, okay, hold up. I go a little bit before it, and
Okay.
I aim my dagger and I chunk it at it.
Okay.
Yeah, aiming for the body.
Roll to hit,
Uh,
please.
yes. Yeah. Oh, that is 12.
A 12 misses as your dagger goes flying over the
Darn.
top.
Oh, uh,
And it comes returning like a boomerang right to your hand. Anything else?
nope. Just like quite a little. Hi, friend.
Okay. This creature is going to start backing away. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Constitution save of an 8.
Ha! Oh, nuts. Oh, better. 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. It starts backing away, leaving the range of Stony and taking Rip with it. So,
Great.
Stony,
I would like to take
What could
an
go
attack
wrong?
of opportunity if that's the case.
you may.
All right, let's go.
So would the blink dog.
Wait, so would I, right? And Fern?
No,
Or
you didn't go close enough because remember you threw
ah,
your knife.
that's right.
And so would Nimbus. Both of the who
Yeah.
miss. Nimbus is sucking tonight.
No, Nimbus.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 absolutely just hits.
Okay. So Stony, like looking at his hands again, realizes that it's moving away, and he, he sparks it up, and then he, almost tries to like grab it as it passes by, and as the gauntlet touches it, it makes this awful shuddering go through this branch, this limb, that deals force damage. It will deal
Nice.
3 force damage.
Okay. This thing is fast. These long legs pick up and start moving. As it's running, or as it's moving away, not running, it takes 2 swings, 2 stabs at Rip. The first one is a 14. Does that hit?
Yeah.
For 11 damage.
I throw up some blood.
The second one is much higher.
Great.
Another 11 damage.
Good night, everybody.
No.
Rip is no longer fine. And
It's
this
not
thing
fine
just
anymore.
moved 45 feet away. Stony.
Rip is no longer held, correct?
Oh, she's held
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
and being
They're held.
carried off to be consumed.
I've done so much necrotic damage. I'm poisonous. What is he not getting?
Um, does it okay? How does it look battered? Does it look
It
pretty
looks
bad?
pretty beat up. You can see that there are spots that are leaking fluid.
Ew.
Maybe not red blood, but like
Sap.
clear blood, whatever.
Gunky.
Yeah.
Green
Okay.
clear.
And then
Yeah.
he's going to fire everything that he's got.
Oh.
So he's going to send out another lightning whip. Try to hit it that way.
Okay.
That will miss. That's because that's a 9.
It's a miss.
And then he's going to command Cece to fire at it.
Okay.
So Cece turns to look at it, flies over and tries to zap it. Hang on. Why do I always forget? I always forget how this works.
Sorry, Master Ironbark.
Master
So-
Ironbark.
You guys, the rest of you, it's 45 feet from where it was standing, so plan accordingly. You go ahead.
Okay. So it's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. So it charges up a little blast and deals 5 damage to it.
Ooh.
5 damage of force.
Okay. Yeah, it trips a little bit, stumbles, but its big feet are still churning away. Rip.
Yeah. It's time. Are you guys ready?
You're a pincushion.
I
I,
Roll a
for
nat one.
real.
Do not roll
Don't
one.
say that.
I
Well,
was
it
thinking of
wasn't-
Stony, but you can't.
Well,
You're
it
not supposed to say
wasn't-
those out loud.
I can
wasn't
say
a
it out
nat
loud
one.
because I'm commanding
it-
the dice not to do it.
It was a
I'll roll
failure?
it.
It was a failure. Wasn't a nat one, but it was a failure.
Well,
We take those.
weirdly enough, you still have a familiar who can still help you.
Yeah.
Your weasel jumps onto your face and starts licking at you. You may roll with advantage.
Ooh, Nin is
that's how it
loyal
works.
to the soil.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Oh.
He doesn't disappear
That
if you
was
die.
right. That was slightly better and was just barely a pass.
Okay, so one success.
Yeah, I think
Um,
the universe is trying to tell me something, you guys.
As the thing starts to run away, you see Clips bites Nimbus and disappears, reappears much closer to this thing, and he's just running, carrying Nimbus in his mouth. He lets her go, and he takes a bite of the creature, or bite at the creature, and hits finally, and stops it from charging away too fast. And Nimbus gets an attack with her sword
Come on, Nimbus.
and misses again.
Oh,
No, Nimbus!
I don't think I've ever seen her strike anything.
I'm trying my best.
The only
She's
time
gonna-
is when she saved us that one time.
She's charging up for the big fight. Don't worry, guys. She's gonna roll straight nat 20s. Surely.
Sunny.
All right. Sunny was about 30 feet away, and then it moved an additional 45 feet. So she is going to still run up 30 feet. So just in case it runs again. So
So
she's
you're-
still going to be 45 feet from
Okay.
it. And she's just going to start aiming Grim and just like hit him on the back. So then he coughs up an Eldritch Blast that shoots out towards the creature.
All right.
For a 21 to hit with advantage since I'm using my familiar. And that is 1d10 plus 3 for 7 force damage.
Wow. Okay.
And nope, that's
What
it.
else? Okay. Let's see. Fern.
All right. So,
You're about 55 feet away.
yes, still in range. She is going to cock back her short bow again and let it go. And
It doesn't count that Rip is in its claws.
correct, because unconscious. Yes.
Even though our weasel is also there, it doesn't really count. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait,
Wait a minute. Clips and Nimbus are there.
Clifton-
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes, there is
Allies.
still sneak attack.
Awesome,
Ally.
because I do hit with a 22. So we're gonna do 3d6 of damage. 12 piercing damage.
So, as the dog is dragging at a leg and Nimbus is whacking it with clearly a dull sword, and Rip is hanging there in its grasp, it's so distracted, it's looking around. You draw a bead. Where do you aim?
When I hit it originally and got it straight between the eyes, that little fissure started to create. And
So you're going to shoot a Robin Hood,
she's
split your
shooting
first arrow.
straight into that fissure so that it can go the rest of the way.
All right. Something about this moment, everything slows for you. And you just know that the knock of the arrow sticking out of its head that you can see is just like beckoning your second one. And the whole world stops except for your gentle release of your hand. And you watch the arrow split the first one, sink all the way into this creature's head, and the thing just collapses straight down.
She finally
Rip
lets
rolls
out her
off
breath
of
and it
its
falls.
Rip rolls off of its spear-like front claw.
Ugh.
We're still in initiative.
I wanted to
Pieta.
roll in.
So this thing falls and dies?
Dead.
Oh,
However, you still have a very injured
yeah.
companion.
I run over to Rip using the 40
They're
walking
both
and
How
dead.
far
And Rip
can
has
you run?
3.
Can you make
40?
it 50 feet?
If I
Heck,
use my action to double speed.
you can, and then you still have a bonus action.
Can I administer like what is it to like revive the like healing or medicine check or
Absolutely.
something?
Yeah.
Well, you could do a medicine check to stabilize if you roll high enough, or you could feed her some of that green liquid or a healing potion. Your choice.
Let's see.
You would be losing one of your potions, but the medicine check may not work because you have to roll for it. So
I'm feeling like it's all right since I don't think there's anything else coming after us at this very moment.
okay,
I think I'll do the medicine check, especially since
roll
she has
medicine.
her little weasel helping.
Well, it's not helping you.
No, yeah, no, but like her saves. Oh, yeah. Pieta like brings out the bandages and he's like, "Wait, do I remove them off myself and like give it to her?" Because you rolled a 3, for a total of 5 on the medicine check.
Unfortunately, so you start trying to bind wounds, you realize these are not something that wrapping it up is going to heal. These are punctures all the way through Rip's body. So that is a failure. Stony,
So Stony,
you're 45 feet.
Metabot.
that's a move and dash. Thus
Okay.
ends Stony's turn.
Okay. Do you have a bonus action left?
He does have a bonus action.
Do you have the green liquid from the Lady Aphathil's pool? Everyone was given some,
I'm fairly certain that
unless you drank it already.
someone in our party. Wait, hang on. Let me look.
I have one too in my pocket.
Oh, well then, yeah. Stoney's gonna pull it out of Rip's pocket, and
Hold on. I'm wrong. It takes an action to deliver it to someone else. Yeah, my bad. You
that's
could
true.
drink it yourself. Yeah, so you get there. Okay.
Yeah,
Rip.
he's fiddling with the bag right now.
All
Roll
right.
away.
All right. Everybody
Remember
say
to-
crit for luck.
It's advantage
really
with
good news.
advantage.
Yeah, your dumb weasel still helping. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. Oh,
No,
no.
No, we lost Rip.
Not
Oh, no.
again.
Ah.
Terrible timing.
Listen, I just rolled for her because unfortunately she's not there. And I rolled a success.
Yay.
Yay.
We'll accept.
We accept this. We accept this.
I did not roll with advantage because the first one was successful and I didn't want to. I don't have the help of the weasel. Okay, so that's 2 successes. Clips is unable to do anything. He's just whining and watching. Nimbus. Nimbus doesn't have any magic to heal, but she can slap Stoney's hands out of the way, stick both her little arms into the bag, come out with the potion, and dump it in Rip's mouth. And Rip will. Can somebody please roll 2d4s for me? Is that a yes from anyone?
That's a 4.
Okay, +2. So Rip gets 6 points and splutters back to awakenness, and her wounds start to close a little bit. Now, forest silent again.
Oh,
Oh, we lost her, so we're probably all jumbled.
We are.
Yeah, we are jumbled now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm still Jack.
they could still see my face.
We're going to play on because we're out of time, but I want to wrap this up. In the distance, through the silence, you hear sound like a horn, very, very far away. And this, you
Okay.
lived.
Hey, and that's all fixed
Rip
like
is
normal.
alive.
Yes.
Okay.
It's cool.
In
Just
this-
my entire block lost power for a moment there.
Wow.
Okay, in the far distance, you hear the sound like the ringing of a horn and an echo. And then about a minute later, a wind comes through the trees and it's even strong enough to blow your hair. You guys continue moving forward until you find the end of the forest. It's not really the end of the forest, but trees are laying down in all directions, like
Am
they've
I
been
back?
knocked down. You are.
I am. Do I need to
Yeah.
roll any healing?
No,
Anything?
you got 6 points of healing, and we can deal
Fabulous.
with it in just a sec.
Okay.
Y'all gonna have to make one decision as you see this like meteor blast of a landscape where
Whoa.
trees are knocked down, broken, chewed up, and far, far in the distance, you can see a totally cleared out area where there are no more trees. It's a giant circle, and there's this thing moving around in it. Do you want to get any closer to see what it is?
We
Yeah,
found
Stony
it.
steps up.
Tony, what?
Stony steps up, yeah.
You want to get closer?
You
I
sure we
mean-
shouldn't heal first?
You want to send Cece
He's-
flying up there?
Sure. You know what? Since the DM is saying that, I think that's a smart move.
Yeah, because I want to describe it, and then we're going to leave it there.
Okay.
All right. In the distance, CC reports back in. There is a monstrous, massive creature. Let me pick it up, and I'll describe from what I'm looking at. Because I made this mini.
Oh, you
I
made a
don't know if
mini?
you're not going to be able to see it, but it's got a massive. It's made of sticks and stone and bone and horn and branches and vines. It's got a massive, massive skull.
Jack, put it right in front of
Probably.
your face. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
It's got a massive skull. It's got horns. Its legs are jointed and end in sharp points. It's got giant spines all over its back, a long whip-like tail. No eyes. It's just a skull, this big ropey, wet tongue hanging out. The skull itself is about 8 feet long. Looks like it's been pieced together from chunks of bone. The horns are massive branches that are about 15 feet long each. You can almost smell it from like a mile away where you are. It's the smell of rot and death and decay.
Ew.
And looking down at the ground around your feet, you see feasting on these dead trees all around you. Squirming black maggots.
Oh no.
And that's where let me ask you this. One decision. Are you going to take a long rest or are you going in now? If you take a long rest, it may not fully go off, but you can try.
Can we take a
Or you
short
can
rest?
retreat and do a short rest, or you could just go after this thing.
Sunny votes for short rest.
Short
Because
rest.
Sunny gets everything back on a short rest.
Yep. But also she's having a panic attack because there's larvae on the ground or maggots.
Does anybody need a long rest mechanically?
I think
I mean,
everybody except for Sunny.
Sure could use one.
Key points
Oh.
come back with short rest.
Oh, ye of 0 hit points.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
I tell you what, let's leave that and the creature as the hanging on the edge of the cliff. We will decide over the break, and we'll come back with our decision firmly in mind. And
we go dark
we'll
with
pick it
Rip
up
supported
there.
up by Fern and oh shit.
Yay.
Okay, to
All
our
right.
loyal fans, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to run this episode for you guys. Thanks for sticking with us through thick and thin, mostly thick for our heroes. And we're going to leave them in another really, really bad place as we wait for episode 28 to roll around next week. So, we are Dicey Decisions RPG. You can catch us on Twitch on Monday nights with Zeros to Heroes. You can catch us on Fridays with Twist of Fate. Is that right? Yeah, Twist of Fate.
Twist of Fate.
And then you can also catch us on YouTube when these things get uploaded. We've got everything up until 25 from this series loaded now, and all the others from our other ones. So don't forget to hit the like button and comment or ask us questions. We like to interact with you guys. Anyway, thanks again. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time on Dicey Decisions, Zeros to Heroes. Good night.
Bye guys.
All right. We definitely don't have anything else